So the Gambian former president, Yahya Jammeh, who is exiled in Equatorial Guinea since 2016, following the end of the 2016 presidential elections, when he refused to step down after being outvoted out of office by President Adama Barrow. And so every now and then, Jammeh makes these rantings on WhatsApp and then shares it on WhatsApp, I suppose, and then argues for them to go viral. But this time, the essence of his contention, among other things, is focusing principally on oil exploration in the Gambia. Jammeh argued very wildly that Gambia has oil, and then our oil is being negotiated and mortgaged to Senegal by the current politicians of the Gambia, including His Excellency Ousainou Darboe, Halifa Sallah, among other individuals who are in the political life of the Gambia. But Jammeh did not stop there. He went on to express his, disdain and indignation against the Senegalese government and the Senegalese army, and by extension, the Senegalese people, which in fact is not new, knowing fully well the kind of individual this person is and the nature of the relationship that we've experienced between us and our closest neighbor since 1994 to 2016. And so that should be a background to remind Gambians not to lose sight of who this individual is and the kind of allegations that he makes against our closest neighbor, who we share so much in common with, who we've experienced so much and shared so much commonalities with since independence. And so this should reignite our call for justice. It should reignite our call for dialogue. It should reignite our call for accountability against all the unimaginable violations that Yahya Jammeh has subjected Gambians to. While his victims, including all of us, because all of us are victims of Jammeh's brutality, all of us were victims of Jammeh's violence, all of us were victims of Jammeh's economic crimes. And the fact that Yahya Jammeh continues to sit down in Equatorial Guinea at his comfort zone, well, I guess it's not his comfort zone, because ideally he would love to be in Gambia and continue to terrorize the Gambians. But the ability to even have a voice in the Gambian political life is one that continues to haunt me. Because I strongly believe that where Yahya Jammeh should be in a courtroom to answer for the crimes that he has committed. Therefore, it must be said that former President Yahya Jammeh has a lot to answer from Gambians on a wide range of issues, including oil exploration and discovery in the Gambia prior to 2016. Because these things, we are aware, haven't just started at the start of the coalition government. And so Jammeh's attempt to pivot the conversation and put the blame squarely on the current coalition government is one that is a very typical Yahya Jammeh move. But also, as we're deeply looking into, the looted assets perpetrated mostly by Yahya Jammeh himself, worth millions of dollars, he hasn't mentioned even remotely a single statement about how a single individual was able to amass so much wealth and resources at the expense of a highly impoverished nation. The things that Jammeh says must not be considered in extreme isolation. I do believe that the government of the Gambia must continue to consider and explore avenues of accountability, because Jammeh is not going to stop to try to instigate Gambians against each other and Gambians against our allies.